In this video, I'll do a quick demonstration of how to implement a many-to-many relationship in MySQL. Here we have two tables, order and product. And you can see that for order, I've set a primary key of order number. And just to keep it simple, that's the only attribute I have in that table. And then for product, I just have the SKU, which has also been set as a primary key. So for each order, we can have many products, and for each product, that product can be a part of many different orders. So we have a many-to-many relationship here, and in our ER diagram, we would have an intersection table. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually add that intersection table, and I'm going to give it the name of order product. And what I'm going to do is add both of the primary key names from the parent table, so order number as well as the SKU. And I just have to make sure that the data types match. That's the first thing I need to do. So order number is an int there, that's okay, set as a primary key. And over here though, I have a SKU as an int and I have SKU as a varchar here. So you can change either way, but you just have to make sure that they do match. So I'm going to change this to be an int type, and then I'm also going to mark it as a primary key. So actually making a composite key is quite simple if you do it this way. If you skip this part and go straight to writing the data definition language, what you'll do is you'll separate order number and SKU by comma, but put them together when you're declaring the primary key. The next thing I'm going to do is declare them both as foreign keys as well. So I'll go to the foreign keys tab and enter order number as a foreign key. And the reference table is the order table. So that's going to be this table here. Going to check order number, and the reference column is the order number. And then I have my second foreign key name, which will be SKU. The reference table will be product, and the referenced column will be SKU. So from here, just for clarification, if I click on order number and I look on the right-hand panel, I should have order number checked with the referenced column of order number. And if I click on SKU on this side, I should have SKU checked and the reference column indicated as SKU. Now, if you want to generate the data definition language automatically, you can right-click on the tables to do so. So from here, and remember that the order does matter. This is probably the most important part when you're thinking about the project as to what you need to do. So you need to make sure that you start with a table that doesn't have any foreign keys. Okay, so the order that we're going to go in here is order product and then order product. Or we could also do product, order, and then order product, but order product has to be last. So what I'll do here is go back to where I can write SQL and create a new SQL document. You can create a new schema using this panel over here, or we can say create schema if not exists. And in this case, just for simplicity, I'm going to call it MyDB because that's what's indicated on the diagram. I'll run this, and now we have that schema. Come back over here, I'll right-click on order and copy the SQL to the clipboard, return to where I can write the SQL, and paste that there. I have to remember to add a semicolon at the end of the statement. You can see here this table just has a primary key. I'll right-click on the product table and copy the SQL to the clipboard, return to where I can write SQL and paste. Make sure that I add my semicolon, and then finally go and right-click on the intersection table, copy the SQL to the clipboard, return to where I can write SQL and paste, add my semicolon, and now let's run and see what happens. So it did run all right, and so as long as you make sure that you followed those steps, it should work appropriately. Make sure that you're creating the tables in the correct order, and that you have the foreign keys hooked up correctly on the foreign keys tab. If you have further questions, feel free to email me while you're working on your project. Good luck.